Good morning, team. Thank you for jumping on the call this morning. I really appreciate it. Today, we're going to talk about staying focused on your destination. Okay. It's part of my my attempt to go through Take Flight over the course of the next multiple episodes. But before I get into today's call, I want to make sure you are reminded of my professional purpose, and that is to help you, the broker, optimize your productivity and help you become the best version of yourself. Why? Because happy brokers sell more real estate. I do that by helping you handle challenges and opportunities that you face every single day. If you can effectively manage certain situations that arise on a daily basis in your business, you'll be more productive and live a life that is the best version of you. My ask is that you look at these episodes. My ask is that you look at these episodes as if we are doing an in-person one-on-one coaching session. They are written and delivered for you as my avatar student. On this week's episode of my Monday Morning Pep Talk, I will take you through the process of choosing a daily strategy to stay focused on your destination, an essential part of Take Flight. Creating a 12-week year tracking method displaying the different parts of your vision is a critical step in any goal attainment strategy. Personally, I like my goals stated in the written word. I know a lot of people are way more visual. It's fine. On today's episode, we'll explore the reasons why it's so important, how best to go about choosing and creating the right method for you, and putting it into a daily practice in your lives. Now, I use a goal board, and I keep a copy of my goals in my daily planner. A goal board is similar to a vision board. It's used to document your goals and guiding principles so that you can review them daily. Now, I made mine out of like a 17-inch by 21-inch foam board that I can easily pull out in the morning and review. And I review it every morning during my first cup of coffee. Kind of primes my brain for the steps that I need to take that day to meet all of my goals that I've set for myself as part of my 3-year vision cycle. I took all of my goals, and through using my Evernote and Microsoft Word, I printed out these goals and my vision and posted them on kind of the outer sections of my goal board. Okay. And then I put a few pictures in there, but it's primarily the written word, which is, again, more effective for me. Now, if you're more visual, we'll discuss a few other methods here in just a minute. But on my board, I middle section open so I can post my quarterly initiatives that I switch out each quarter. Okay. Like I said, I do use a goal board, but there are other options that are just as effective. I've seen people use whiteboards in their workspace where they've got all their goals and their vision and everything right there in front of them on a whiteboard. Others use vision boards. When I first started back in 2008, when I started putting my goals and vision out there, I used a binder. So you could use a vision binder. I created my Take Flight binder out of that whole concept. Others use screensavers or Pinterest boards. I like to have all of my vision statements and everything kept in my Evernote, like I mentioned earlier. Some people use Notion, but what's great about a Notes app, and I've had Evernote for the better part of a decade, it's really great to be able to go back and look at everything you've written. It's almost like a journal that you can go back into. It's a digital version of a journal. Really highly recommend that you do that. I've seen other people use a photo book where they take their vision board and put it into an actual book. And I think you can go out into some, there's companies that do those. So a photo book is another option. The point I'm trying to make is that you have to have your 3-year vision documented so you can easily review it every single day. The goal is to reprogram your brain to stay focused on what you are trying to achieve in your 3-year vision. In episode 182, Take Flight, Flight Control, where I talked about the mind, I laid out all of the reasons why high performance starts with how you use the conscious mind, program the subconscious mind. Having a strategy or method to review your 3-year vision, your annual theme, and your quarterly initiatives on a daily basis, again, is critical if you want to land safely at your destination. Reviewing your goals daily is not a new concept. I first read of it years ago, about, I don't know, 12, 15 years ago, on my first pass through Think and Grow Rich, which again, written by Napoleon Hill. If you don't write down your goals in one spot, you'll forget them and you'll go back to your old way of dancing around in circles, making no real change. Your goals are personal and they should really move you to want to jump out of bed in the morning and put in the necessary action for you to achieve them. Some words of caution. Keep in mind that we work to live. We do not live to work. So make sure your focus areas are created proportionally to address all parts of your life. Decide how you want to live and you want to become, and cascade off of those two questions. In episode number 184, Take Flight, Create Your Destination, which again was a part of, was about vision. I go into great detail on how to build out your vision statement, etc. And here are some areas that can help you get started with your goal board, your vision board, your all of it. Okay. You're going to have financial goals, of course. That's what drives many of us. That's what motivates many of us. You can have your net worth on there. You can have account balances that you want to achieve in your 401k, your SEP IRA, your brokerage accounts, your financial freedom accounts. Do you want to have investment properties purchased and are operating with cash flow? Do you have specific budget items that need to be mentioned that you want to address? Or all of your finances automated? That was something I worked on very heavily in 2021. And now my finances are ultimately automated. It's a great feeling to know that things just happen. Complete financial plan built out by the help of your financial advisor. That's something that you want to have on your vision board. Of course, we're going to talk about production in your business and other parts of your business. Now, production is a reason that's going to, the production you do is going to help you live that life that you want to live. So many people will put down GCI numbers. They'll put down total transactions, production numbers, and that's fine. But that is going to be, that will be an end, means to the end, right? Like that production is what creates the life that you want to live. So make sure you keep that correctly identified. Some people want to focus on their top 100 and all their lists, their warm lists, their hot lists, their number of brokers that they have in their around the country that they are working with. These are all areas of your business that you can put on a goal board. And is there a business niche that you want to have that you really want to focus on as being a key player in a certain market? You're going to have personal goals, health and wellness goals, travel goals, bucket list goals, ninja life list goals. Many people put their wardrobe goals on there, home improvement goals. Do you want to have a second home, or like I mentioned earlier, investment property purchase? And do you have other hobbies, right? Is there culinary goals, wine education goals, golfing goals, boating goals? What is it in your personal life that you want to purchase that will be a sign of your success? And then we get into self-development, where I have self-development goals, where I have a goal to read a certain amount of books every year, a quarter. Some people want to go get a secondary education degree or develop routines and habits that have eluded you. Do you have a desire to attend a Tony Robbins event or another event like that will have a huge impact on you? These are all parts of your vision, things that you want to do that are on your list. Now, by now, you may be thinking about what's the perfect method for you to display your 3-year vision. Once you do that, you want to schedule the time, if you haven't already, to create your board, okay? In upcoming episodes, we're going to focus heavily on actionable items that you'll need to create that daily dose of inspiration and to keep going. Next week, I'll take everything I've taught in the last 5 episodes about the cockpit of your business and boil it down into kind of the cliff notes of what I've talked about over these 5 episodes, and kind of prepare you on what we're going to do next. Okay. We know that you've got to create productive habits, put in the hard work consistently and efficiently to meet any goal. That is rarely possible if your mind is not right. That's why I started with the cockpit of the plane. We'll talk a lot about habits in the next set of modules that we will start here in the next couple of weeks. And one of those habits will be reviewing the vision and plan you created, or the vision and the plan you created to reach it. I'll leave you with a simple excerpt from James Clear's book, Atomic Habits. Okay. And he goes on page 17 to say the impact created by a change in your habits similar to the effect of shifting the route of an airplane by just a few degrees. Okay. He's basically saying the impact created by a change in your habits is similar to the effect of shifting the route of an airplane by just a few degrees. Now imagine you are flying from Los Angeles to New York City. The pilot leaving from LAX just the heading just 3.5 degrees south, that plane will end up landing in Washington, D.C. instead of New York City. Such a small change is barely noticeable at takeoff. The nose of the airplane moves just a few feet, but when magnified across the entire United States, you end up hundreds of miles apart. So the point here is that you want to make a daily habit of putting focus on your goals and your vision throughout your flight. If you don't, you're not going to end up where you desire to go. You could be off by a long shot. Most people never even get off the ground if they don't get fully obsessed with their vision and with their goal. Okay. Today's episode covered another easy to implement, highly impactful, low cost strategy that will help you create an inspirational life and a highly productive business that if you implement, you will not recognize yourself this time next year. Team, thank you so much for jumping on. Look for the email tomorrow, which will have the product that I'm going to review, the transcript of this call, the recording. If you're not on that episode, or if you're not on that email list, just go on to my Instagram under Ask Jim Miller. Go on to the profile link. There's a place that you can sign up to get the email. I've heard feedback from a lot of people that they really appreciate getting that every Tuesday. So team, have a great week. Thank you so much for jumping on today, and talk to you next week. Thank you.